Hello everybody and welcome back to World of Warships Legends. My name is Spartan Elite 43 and tonight we get to look at the patch notes for this coming patch. So, as always, these are preliminary patch notes, meaning things can change between now and the patch release. Keep that in mind. Server maintenance is scheduled to take place on Monday, June 21st. Once the maintenance is close to complete, the update will be pushed to the consoles. Xbox will be between 2 and 5 a.m. Central Time. PlayStation also between 2 and 5 a.m. Central Time. Update size. To be assessed. They don't actually know what size it's going to be yet. It's a large update, so I assume it's going to be a pretty significant update. Legends, our latest update focuses heavily on American battleships. You can expect to find them in early access, a campaign, and in the Bureau. Some balance changes have also been made due to the addition of German aircraft carriers. Oh boy, do we have some things to talk about there. Alternative American battleships in early access. This update brings 3 new battleships to reinforce the American fleet with big guns and strong armor. Tier 4 to Tier 6 ships will be available in early access. As always, at the end of early access, not only do you get to keep the ships that you've gotten for early access, but you also get to use your XP and stuff towards the Tier 7 once it is released in like 5 weeks from now. Alright? Nevada is slow, but a steady hitter at Tier 4. She's armed with 10 14-inch guns, housed in 4 turrets. 10 with 4 turrets? There's a quad turret in there somewhere? Or is it 2 triples and 2 doubles? I don't know. We'll have to see, right? I don't know anything about this new line, okay? So it'll be interesting. With her bread and butter battleship gameplay, you shouldn't expect any fancy consumables, but sinking ships from behind her helm will certainly constitute honest work. Tier 5 Tennessee offers improved gun performance and 2 extra barrels, slightly better survivability, and a marginally improved AA suite. However, she keeps pace at about the same level as Nevada. Tier 6 sees North Carolina raise the stakes with 9 16-inch. Sorry, had to yawn. North Carolina raises the stakes with 9 16-inch guns that traverse faster than those of the preceding tiers, while her super heavy shells also hit harder. At the same time, she's the first in the line to truly break the 20-knot speed barrier. While she's by no means fast, she's comparatively mobile. The anti-air suite of the line also takes a dramatic turn for the better with North Carolina, even if her overall survivability isn't much improved. The battleships will be available via early access mechanic in this update, which means that you'll need to open USN battleship crates if you want a chance to helm these mammoths. The crates are available in regular and big variants as usual, and they will be offered as rewards for the new campaign, and will also be sold in the store. USN battleship big crates have higher chances of dropping one of the new ships, but if you're not into relying on pure luck, simply wait for the next update to research the new line up to the imposing Kansas at Tier 7. If you manage to pull a ship from a crate, she'll come with a personal mission that will reward you with doubloons and commander items. The missions are only available once per ship. Alright, the Georgia on My Mind campaign. Georgia, an American Tier 7 battleship, is the pride of our latest campaign. She offers relatively accurate and exceptionally hard-hitting 18-inch guns, but in a limited battery of 6 guns, despite their limited number, they reload quickly for a battleship, and Georgia's AA capabilities are among the best. Her top speed of 33 knots also allows for significant tactical freedom when choosing where to position yourself for attack or defense. All of that should be taken with a pinch of salt. Georgia's armor can still be melted away by enough HE shells, and her full salvo is not that impressive. However, her repair party has a fairly short cooldown and can offset some non-fatal errors. The campaign runs for 5 weeks and features 100 milestones that you can either beat or skip. Obtaining Georgia herself requires you to have an active Admiralty backing, which is available for 2,500 doubloons. The exact rewards you can get for completing the campaign with or without the Admiralty backing are listed below. The rewards you can get without Admiralty backing, worth 16,790 doubloons, and the awards that you get with Admiralty backing include what you've already seen up here, but also all of this, which totals up to 71,015 doubloons worth of freebies. Well, not really freebies, but you see what I'm saying. Oklahoma Project. How many American battleships do we need? There's always room for one more, surely. Please welcome Oklahoma, a Tier 4 Nevada-class battleship with solid armor and a decent punch in her guns to do your deeds in those lower-tier missions. But wait, there's more. En route to unlocking Oklahoma, you're going to get a whole range of Grade 1 permanent camos for the following American battleships: Nevada, Tennessee, North Carolina, Kansas, Oklahoma, New Mexico, Colorado, and New York. Please note, this project isn't time limited, but at some point it will be deprecated. We strongly advise that you at least start it. This will mean that you never lose it. And for the moment that everybody has been waiting for, that was rude. I apologize to those of you who actually are looking forward to more carriers in this game. But I'm not one of them. German aircraft carriers have arrived, folks. Woo! We have a new line of aircraft carriers entering the water and preparing to fight for the skies and ruin your games. Rhine, Wesser, or is it Vesser, and August von Parseval. These three behemoths offer a fresh perspective on carrier gameplay, thanks to their access to armor-piercing bombs. Wow. Who could have seen that coming? If only I hadn't said it for the last, 3 months since the carriers have come out? Oh, don't worry. AP bombs and rocket planes are coming shortly, I'm sure. They'll keep giving in to all these people that just love to sit in the back and do nothing but ruin other people's games. Yeah, there you go. Armor-piercing bombs are here, folks. It's no longer a myth. Acting much in the same way as AP shells, these bombs can reliably hit ship citadels and deliver significant damage, but they cannot start fires. Who needs to start fires when you can drop bombs on the flat armored deck of a freaking battleship and score, 3-4 citadels of salvo? Am I missing something here? Because unlike armor-piercing shells, you can't angle against these. There's nothing you can do other than hope to God the guy that's shooting them at you is an idiot. Anyone with a brain can citadel the ever-living crap out of battleships with these, and then it's not even a joke. Like, seriously. I am not happy about this. Like, initially when they said that carriers weren't coming to Legends, I was pretty happy. Then they changed their mind. They said carriers will be coming in at the end of 2020. And you're like, oh, great. And then they changed their mind again and said that the carriers were coming in 2021. And then the carriers showed up. And the carriers have been buffed over and over and over and over again in such a short amount of time, it's actually stupid. Now, I've been pretty generous with talking about our developers most of the time. But I honestly think that the amount of development that they're putting into aircraft carriers, which is the one thing that everybody on PC agrees with as being an absolutely broken monstrosity of just pain and hardship for the community player base, and they're pushing us right down the same path. So yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if in a couple weeks, I don't even know if they'll wait until the next update. They might just do it as a hotfix in the middle of a patch and go, hey, here's rocket planes too. Might as well. You want to completely remove any normal player from playing destroyers? Might as well throw the rocket planes out there too. And then we can get those rocket snipes from 14 kilometers too, using the islands as a nice little glitch / feature. But again, like, I don't understand it. Why are you pushing us in the same freaking direction as PC? Like, the whole point of Legends, if you're gonna make us PC, just make us PC, okay? Like, the whole point of Legends was to keep from the same stuff as PC, right? You were gonna not bring carriers in. You made the tech trees smaller. And by the way, the condensed tech trees are pretty well screwing us over when it comes to these planes already. And then on top of that, you've already buffed the planes multiple times. So yeah, this is going to be great. And by the way, don't wait. There's more down below. I actually, for the first time ever, read ahead a little bit, and I regret doing so. But trust me, it gets worse. A special commander is also coming to the helm of the new carriers. Hans Geisler. His base trait? Barrage is a bit unusual for carriers. It speeds up the reloading of the secondary guns for any ship type when chosen as an inspiration. Interesting. Anybody getting some like Bismarck Grosse Kurfürst vibes here? Like, you take this commander's inspiration and put on that? Oh my god. Not just them though. Not just them. Massachusetts. Imagine those amazing American secondaries reloading in half the time. I don't know how much it's going to speed it up, but I'm just assuming, okay? It's all speculation. You guys are seeing the same thing that I know, right? As German aircraft carriers have somewhat better secondaries. Nobody has ever seen the Graf Zeppelin just roll into the center of the map using smoke screens from a teammate and just sit there and melt people with the secondaries. Destroyers and cruisers just get absolutely shredded by the Graf Zeppelin. But yeah, anyway, somewhat better secondary guns than other nations. The edge may come in a handy pinch. Come handy in a pinch. I don't know where I got that phrasing. The regular and legendary skills in his arsenal focus on improving AP bombs. Of course they do. Of course they do. While the active component of his corkscrew legendary skill diminishes incoming damage to the carrier when allies are nearby. Again, reinforcing the meta of taking a German carrier and a American destroyer with that really long duration smoke screen and just sailing in a straight line ahead and just sitting in the smoke screen because your secondaries doesn't actually get you detected. So you can sit in the smoke screen as close as, without being radared or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But still, I can foresee some interesting plays happening in the near future. And I might be part of them. Honestly, I might just switch over to being a carrier main at this point. If they're just going to keep buffing them, why not? If you can't beat them, join them. Might as well. Don't worry. We got more. It gets much better. So, additionally, his impervious skill reduces the damage your German aircraft carriers take from instances of fire and flooding. So again, when you do get a chance to shoot them or torp them, they're not going to take fires and they're not going to take floods as easy. Great. Luckily, battleships, if you get a chance to shoot them, don't care because you'll just citadel them, right? Sure. I'm sure the German aircraft carriers don't have any way of dealing with armor piercing from battleships, like maybe turtleback armor. I don't know. I've never seen it, so only time will tell. But I'm not looking forward to it. Hans Geisler is available from German and international commander crates, as well as for 900,000 commander XP from the store. Additionally, look out for the German Carrier Commander Special Mission that will be available for the duration of the update. It will reward you with Hans Geisler. Is it Geisler or Geisler? I'm not 100% sure. I think it's Geisler, actually. Hans Geisler? We'll go with that. Finally, coinciding with the introduction of German carriers, the Tier 7 plane squadrons of all nations receive a new consumable in an additional slot: evasive maneuver, which makes them immune to damage for a short period of time. You know, because if there's one thing everybody in against an aircraft carrier has said, is that the planes are too easy to shoot down. Why not give them a period of immunity? Now, imagine this. You're flying your planes into the black clouds of death, and you trigger your button, and you can no longer take damage from anything. And you get to drop your bombs or torpedoes completely unabated. Nothing to stop you. Nothing. Where's the skill? There isn't. They're literally making these things to the point where nobody has to have any idea what they're doing, and they can be successful. Great. That's what everybody wants. Let's not talk about the few players that actually have already put up over 200,000 damage before this update. I can't wait to see the amount of damage these guys get. Alright. So, that's that, right? It can't get any worse. These ships will be fully researchable right from the start of the update. Like other carrier lines, it will take more XP and credits to research them than comparable lines of other ship types. So, at least there's that, right? It takes a little longer for the average person to get it. Great. But we won't talk about the fact that literally anybody who has been looking forward to these and anybody that's good in aircraft carriers is going to free XP them straight out the gate. Just straight up. They're going to spend the money. They're going to drop it. They're going to free XP them. There will be Tier 7 German carriers on release day. I'm calling it. Okay? One final addition to the carrier gameplay for this update is the spotting ribbon. You can earn these by spotting enemy ships with your squadrons. Currently, only aircraft carriers can earn these. Great. Because you don't want to reward the destroyer players for doing their job. Only the carrier players that spot things get rewarded. Well done, Wargaming. Because why would you want to, it is called World of Warships, the last I checked. Why would you want to make it so that destroyers actually get XP, bonus XP, for these spotting ribbons by spotting the enemy ships? Which is the role of a destroyer. The last time I checked. The decisions that Wargaming makes sometimes are mind-boggling. Like, I honestly don't understand it. And I've been very, very, complimentary towards our devs, but they are starting to make some questionable choices. And by starting, I mean there have been several questionable choices over the years, but they're getting worse and more frequent. Arena is back for another season, though. Prepare your Tier 4 ships for battle. This time, we're simultaneously spicing up and optimizing the arena battles. The spice comes from a new setup we call Arms Race. This mode is added on top of the now familiar 4-team arena format. What this means is that the positional war is now fought for more than just one central key area. There are now valuable stat boosters located around the map that can improve your team's ships. They will be vital to your success. Don't ignore them. The season is scheduled to take place from June 24th to July 12th, and the leaderboard will only take the 15 best games of the day into account for your leaderboard placement. If you don't play that many games, all of your results for the day are counted towards the leaderboard. To maximize your leaderboard placement, be sure to play every day of the season. Your scores will add up quickly. The rewards range from USN battleship crates to commander items and, of course, steel, which will be available for the 50% and higher brackets this time. Check out the dedicated blog post for the season early next week to find out all of the details. Status Widget. We're updating the main menu to give you a better understanding of your progress in campaigns and bureau projects. The Activities widget will show you the following: status and progress for the current campaign, status and progress for current bureau project, and Commander XP, commendations, insignias, promotion orders, paint, and any event currency that might currently be active. Together with the widget, we're updating the ship filters a bit. You will now be able to filter the ships that can be used for current personal missions, as well as bureau missions. Okay, little quality of life enhancement there. And now down to the balance changes, guys. When you thought we were done with the bad news, no, we got more. We got more. A few more balance changes are coming in for a few ships, including the existing aircraft carriers, because of course we are balancing the aircraft carriers more, right? Surely we're not just buffing them again. We're also improving legendary tier matchmaking. French battleships receive the Armament Durability Mod, a modification that increases the hit points of their gun turrets by 50% while reducing their ship's HP by 5%. This modification can be installed in the first slot. Alright, so good for the French battleships, right? No longer will you be able to just sit there and snipe their guns off. They get 50% more hit points on their guns. Fantastic. The Blind Rage base trait of Arthas Rogthar the Cold now increases damage for cruisers with the fighter consumable, while the fighter consumable is up by 20% instead of 6%. Okay? And now we have some HE bomb buffs for the American carriers again. HE bombs of Langley's planes receive buffs, not a big buff, but from 9,030 damage to 9,480 damage. So another 450 damage per bomb, possibly. Fire starting chances increase from 41 to 43%. Fantastic. HE bombs of Lexington's planes receive a buff. Now, don't get me wrong. You know, have you ever taken a single bomb drop from a Lexington and lost 15 to 20,000 health and been set on fire twice? Don't worry, that's going to get even better. I want to see these guys hitting 22,000 damage bomb salvos. Seriously, it's going to be a thing. Maximum damage increase from 10,120 to 10,620, so getting a 500 damage per bomb increase. And another 2% added to their fire chances. So, yeah. Lexington. Scary. We already knew this. Legendary ships are now... This is the one change that isn't the American battleships getting, like, more battleships that I'm actually looking forward to. Legendary ships are now matched type to type in standard battles. This is the way it should have been from the get-go. Having the legendary ships count as just a legendary ship is a stupid idea and has been said as such since the beginning of time. Since we first got them. Like, ever since we got the destroyers in the game, the legendary destroyers, there has been an influx of a stupidity of an amount of imbalance with the ship, like, layouts for both teams. One team will have a division of Yamis, right? Oh, they've got the overmatch capabilities. 3 Yamis? Oh, they'll run right through the team. And on the other side, you got 3 Shimas. And what do you have for your team? A Yudachi. And they get a fourth one too. We'll just give them a fourth. We'll give them a Yudachi as well. So they get a Yudachi and 3 Shimas. Meanwhile, you get 3 Yamis. Who's going to win that fight? It was a stupid way to classify the game, or to sort out matchmaking. Thank God that they've actually rectified this by going type to type. So from now on, legendary destroyers will be matched with legendary destroyers, and legendary cruisers with cruisers, and battleships with battleships, and you'll have a balanced team on both sides, rather than having 3 Yamis on one side, 3 Shimas on the other side, and calling that balance, because no one in their right mind calls that balanced. Okay? But, careful, meaning that you should have an equal number of destroyers, battleships, and cruisers of similar tiers, right? Unless the matchmaking process takes more than 4 minutes, or there are uneven divisions present. So keep that in mind. While they are fixing it somewhat, it still could be very much the same that you're used to. Tier 3 aircraft carriers will now have shot-down planes included in their service cost. Their credit income is boosted a little to compensate for this. But only Tier 3 aircraft carriers. Why not all of the aircraft carriers? I mean, you really enjoy making all of us pay for our shells and stuff that we shoot. Doesn't it make sense that the aircraft carriers should have to pay for the planes that get shot down because they keep sending their planes over the 3 battleships on the map that are close to one another and supporting each other with AA fire? Why is it just Tier 3 that has to pay for that? Or is it included in all of the other tiers and just now being added to Tier 3? Somebody's going to have to let me know because they didn't specify. I could be wrong. Maybe the other tiers have already had this implemented and now they're just bringing it to Tier 3 as well. Let me know if you guys know the answer to this. But I'm already in one of those moods after reading everything up to this point, so I apologize if I'm getting a little frustrated with everything that they're doing. But yeah, I'm hoping that this is the case for all of the other tiers already, and that this is just something that they're bringing to Tier 3, which, yeah, whatever. Bug fixes. The all-out anti-air skill has been renamed to No-Fly Zone, as the former name was only a working title that made it into the game. The filter submenu sometimes opened up with an animation that didn't display correctly. Whenever a player pinged a key area while having a ship behind the reticle, the ping could be incorrectly sent to that ship instead. Yeah? You think? That's only been an issue since forever, so hopefully they fix that. In rare cases, the port screen wasn't displayed before a battle began. The consumable list didn't update in timely manner when switching between higher and lower tier aircraft carriers, only affected the port interface. A plotted course for aircraft carriers broke if a player disconnected and then returned to the game. Interesting. Premium ships in this update. American Tier 6 Destroyer Benham will become available for 500,000 global XP. Or you can buy it with doubloons. American Tier 7 Battleship Massachusetts will become available for 750,000 global XP. So all of you folks that have been waiting for the Massachusetts to come back that missed out on that campaign, here's your chance. Save up your global XP and you can pick it up. It is a fun ship to play, so highly recommended. American Tier 6 Battleship Florida will become available for doubloons. Follow our news to find out when the ships are released. And that is the end of the patch notes. Let me know, for real, what you guys think down in the comments below. I know I've been extremely critical in this video, but I think that sometimes there needs to be somebody that stands up and says, look, don't you guys think that you're going a little too far with this? I would rather do it now and potentially face scrutiny from you guys and Wargaming than to wait until it's too late to voice my opinion. Because Wargaming, once they implement things, tend to not back away from it. Okay? So if I voice my opinion now, hopefully, not that I think that Wargaming gives a crap about my opinion, let's be real, but hopefully, they may consider something. I don't know. I honestly don't know what I expect to get out of this. But at least I'm on record as being one of those people that are like, dude, this is absolutely ridiculous, and I think it needs to be possibly checked, because I'm not looking forward to it. Like, I was looking forward to all the American battleships and stuff for this update, and then they threw the carrier line in, which I don't care about adding an extra carrier line. By all means, if everybody that gets carriers, I don't care. But adding the things that are breaking the PC version, I don't think are going to help us in the long run. It's almost like we have the ability to look at the way things affected gameplay on the PC version and how we can expect them to affect the gameplay on the console version. We already have a precedent. Like, it's there. You don't have to guess at how things are going to work. It's there. You have it. So that's why I'm being so, like, I don't know. But anyway, let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Are you happy? Are you excited? Are you pissed off? Let me know. And if you like what I'm doing, punch the like button, leave a comment below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and as always, I will see you in the next video.